Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt a sense of dread? You see it. More hair in your brush, more scalp showing through, a hairline that seems to be retreating day by day. It's a quiet panic that many of us feel but rarely talk about. This isn't just about vanity. It's about your identity, your confidence, and how you present yourself to the world. Seeing those extra strands circling the shower drain can feel like a small part of you is washing away too. You might start wearing hats more often or trying new hairstyles to cover up the thinning spots, hoping no one will notice. But deep down, you know the truth, and it can feel incredibly isolating. I want you to know you are not alone in this struggle. Millions of men and women across the globe are right there with you, searching for answers and hoping for a solution. It's a universal concern that touches people of all ages and backgrounds. The good news is that feeling of helplessness can end today. We are going to embark on a journey together, a journey to understand what's really happening on your head, and more importantly, what you can do about it. This is not a dead end. This is a turning point, a moment where you take back control. Knowledge is power, and today, you're going to get a powerful dose. Throughout this guide, we are going to peel back the layers of this complex issue. We won't just skim the surface. We will dive deep into the science behind why your hair is thinning. We will explore the hidden culprits, from the food on your plate to the stress in your life. But I won't just leave you with problems. I promise to give you real, actionable solutions. We are going to build a roadmap to healthier, fuller hair. Think of me as your personal health advocate, guiding you every step of the way toward reclaiming that vibrant head of hair you deserve. So, I need you to stay with me. Don't click away. Don't lose hope. The most powerful secrets, the most effective tips and tricks that can truly make a difference, are waiting for you at the very end of our discussion. This isn't just another article filled with empty promises. This is your personal blueprint for hair revival. We will uncover the secrets together, step by step, and by the time we are done, you will feel empowered, informed, and ready to start your journey to a fuller, healthier head of hair. Let's begin this transformation right now. Let's start with some surprising facts that might just change the way you think about hair loss. Did you know that it's completely normal to lose between 50 and 100 hairs every single day? That's right. Those hairs you see on your pillow or in your comb are often just part of your hair's natural growth cycle. Each hair follicle on your scalp goes through a cycle of growing, resting, and then shedding. So, a little bit of daily shedding is not only normal, but also a sign that your scalp is making way for new, healthy growth. The problem arises when this cycle is disrupted, and you start losing much more than you regrow. Here's another fact that might surprise you. Hair loss isn't just a problem for older men. It affects a huge number of people, including women and even younger adults. In fact, about 40% of people experiencing hair loss are women. For many women, thinning can start as early as their 20s or 30s, often presenting as a general thinning all over the scalp, rather than a receding hairline. This can be particularly distressing, because a full head of hair is so closely tied to femininity and youth in our culture. Understanding that this is a widespread issue can help reduce the stigma and encourage more people to seek help. Consider the story of Sarah, a 32-year-old marketing executive. She was at the peak of her career, but she started noticing her ponytail felt thinner, and she could see more of her scalp under the bright office lights. She was mortified. She thought she was too young for this. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder that hair loss doesn't discriminate based on age or gender. It can be triggered by a whole host of factors that we often overlook in our busy lives. Her journey to find answers led her to discover that a combination of high stress and a vitamin deficiency was the culprit, a discovery that ultimately put her on the path to recovery. The final truth we need to face is that many of the miracle cures you see advertised online are simply not effective. They prey on your desperation and promise overnight results that are scientifically impossible. Reversing hair loss is not about a single magic pill or a special shampoo. It's about a holistic approach, understanding the root causes, and making targeted changes to your lifestyle, diet, and healthcare routine. The real secret is that there is no single secret. Instead, it's a combination of small, consistent actions that over time lead to big results. And that is exactly what we are going to unlock together. To truly fight back against hair loss, you first need to understand your enemy. What is actually causing your hair to thin and fall out? The reasons can be complex and are often interconnected, like a puzzle. One of the biggest players in this story is your own body and its internal environment. Your hair follicles are tiny, sensitive organs. They are highly attuned to what's happening inside you. When something is out of balance, be it your hormones, your nutrient levels, or your stress response, your hair is often one of the first things to show signs of trouble. It's like a check engine light for your overall health. Let's break down the 4 main culprits that are most likely behind your hair troubles. First, we have genetics, the blueprint you inherited from your parents. Second is your diet, the fuel you provide for every cell in your body, including the ones that build your hair. Third is stress, the silent killer that can wreak havoc on your hormonal balance and your hair growth cycle. And finally, we have underlying health conditions, which can disrupt your body's normal functions and lead to significant hair shedding. Each of these factors can act alone or in combination, creating a perfect storm for hair loss. Think of your hair follicle as a tiny factory. For this factory to produce a strong, healthy hair shaft, it needs the right instructions, genetics, the right raw materials, nutrients from your diet, a calm and stable working environment, low stress, and a fully functional power supply. Good overall health. If any one of these components is compromised, the factory's production line will suffer. The hair it produces might become weaker, thinner, and shorter. Or the factory might shut down production altogether for a period of time. Our goal is to get your hair factories back online and running at full capacity. Understanding these root causes is the most critical step you can take. It empowers you to stop guessing and start addressing the real problem. Are you genetically predisposed? Is your diet lacking key nutrients? Is chronic stress pushing your hair into a shedding phase? Or could there be an undiagnosed medical issue, like a thyroid problem or an autoimmune condition? By asking these questions, you move from being a passive victim of hair loss to an active participant in your own recovery. In the next sections, we will explore each of these culprits in detail, so you can identify what's affecting you. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, genetics. For many people, the tendency to lose hair is written directly into their DNA. This is what we call androgenetic alopecia, more commonly known as male pattern baldness or female pattern hair loss. If your father, mother, or grandparents experienced hair thinning, there's a higher chance you might too. This isn't your fault, it's simply the genetic hand you were dealt. In this condition, your hair follicles have a heightened sensitivity to a hormone called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. Over time, DHT can cause follicles to shrink, producing finer and shorter hairs until they eventually stop growing hair altogether. For men, this genetic pattern typically shows up as a receding hairline, forming an M shape, along with thinning at the crown of the head. It can start as early as the late teens or early 20s. For women, the pattern is usually different. Instead of a receding hairline, women with genetic hair loss tend to notice a diffuse thinning all over the scalp, with the most noticeable hair loss occurring along their part line. This is often called the Christmas tree pattern. It can be a slower, more gradual process, but the emotional impact can be just as profound, if not more so. It's easy to feel defeated if you believe your hair loss is genetic, as if your fate is already sealed. But I am here to tell you that is absolutely not true. While you can't change your genes, you can absolutely influence how they are expressed. Think of your genes as light switches. Genetics might mean some of your hair loss switches are predisposed to be on, but your lifestyle, diet, and certain treatments can act as a dimmer, turning down their intensity. There are powerful FDA-approved treatments specifically designed to combat the effects of DHT on your follicles, which we will discuss later. So, even if you look at your family tree and see a history of baldness, do not despair. This is simply valuable information. It helps you understand a key factor at play, allowing you to seek out the right kind of targeted treatments. For example, if you know you have a genetic predisposition, you and your doctor can be more proactive about starting treatments that block DHT's effects before the hair loss becomes advanced. Your DNA is not your destiny. It's just a part of your personal health map. And every map has multiple routes to get to the destination of healthier hair. What you eat has a direct and profound impact on the health of your hair. You can't build a strong house with weak materials, and you can't grow strong hair without the right nutrients. Your hair is primarily made of a protein called keratin. To produce this protein, your body needs a steady supply of building blocks, which come from the food you eat. If your diet is deficient in key vitamins and minerals, your body will prioritize sending those limited nutrients to your essential organs, like your heart and brain. Your hair and nails are considered non-essential, so they are the first to suffer. This can lead to weak, brittle hair and increased shedding. So, what are these crucial nutrients for healthy hair? First and foremost is protein. Since your hair is made of protein, a lack of it in your diet can cause your hair to become weak and stop growing. Think lean meats, fish, eggs, and legumes. Next up is iron. Iron is essential for producing hemoglobin, which carries oxygen to all your body's cells, including the cells of your hair follicles. Low iron, or anemia, is a very common cause of hair loss, especially in women. You can find iron in red meat, spinach, and lentils. Make sure to pair it with vitamin C, which helps your body absorb iron more effectively. Other superstar nutrients include biotin, a B vitamin that helps with keratin production. You can find it in eggs, nuts, and whole grains. Zinc is another vital mineral that plays a key role in hair tissue growth and repair. It also helps keep the oil glands around the follicles working properly. Oysters, beef, and pumpkin seeds are fantastic sources of zinc. Finally, don't forget about healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids. These fats nourish the scalp and add shine and elasticity to your hair. Fatty fish like salmon, along with avocados and walnuts, are excellent choices. I once worked with a patient named Mark, a 45-year-old who had recently switched to a very restrictive vegan diet without proper guidance. He came to me concerned about his rapid hair thinning. After running some tests, we found he was severely deficient in iron, zinc, and B12. It wasn't that his diet was bad, but it was unbalanced. We worked together to create a nutrient-dense, plant-based meal plan, rich in fortified foods, legumes, and specific supplements. Within 6 months, his shedding slowed dramatically, and he started to see new growth. His story shows just how powerfully your plate is connected to your scalp. Stress is honestly one of the most underestimated and potent triggers for hair loss. When you are under chronic stress, whether it's from your job, your finances, or your personal life, your body goes into what we call fight or flight mode. It releases a flood of stress hormones, most notably cortisol. Now, while cortisol is useful in short bursts for helping you deal with immediate danger, consistently high levels can disrupt so many of your body's normal functions, including the delicate cycle of hair growth. It can, in fact, prematurely push a large number of your hair follicles from the growing phase directly into the shedding phase. This type of stress-induced hair loss is called telogen effluvium. The most unnerving part about it is actually the delay. The hair loss doesn't happen when you're in the midst of the stressful period. Instead, it typically occurs about 3 months after the stressful event. People will often come to me saying, "I don't understand. Things are finally calming down. Why is my hair falling out now?" They don't connect the shedding to the difficult period they went through a few months prior. This can be anything from a major surgery or illness to a job loss, a divorce, or even the emotional strain of a global pandemic. Let me share the story of Maria, a new mother who came to see me, distraught about the clumps of hair she was finding in the shower. She was worried she had a serious illness. After talking with her, we identified two major stresses: the physical trauma of childbirth and the emotional and sleep-deprived stress of caring for a newborn. This combination was a classic trigger for telogen effluvium. I reassured her that this condition, known as postpartum hair loss, was very common and, most importantly, temporary. Just knowing there was a name for it and that it would resolve gave her immense relief. The key to combating this silent saboteur is to actively manage your stress levels. You cannot always eliminate the sources of stress in your life, but you can change how you respond to them. This is where mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing exercises can be incredibly powerful tools. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can help lower your cortisol levels and signal to your body that it's safe to come out of fight or flight mode. Regular physical activity, like a brisk walk, yoga, or dancing, is another fantastic way to burn off stress hormones and boost mood-lifting endorphins. Taming your stress is not just good for your mind, it's essential for your hair. While diet and stress are huge factors, your everyday habits and lifestyle choices also play a significant role in the health of your hair. Let's start with how you treat your hair physically. Are you too rough with it? Constant pulling and tension from tight hairstyles like high ponytails, braids, or buns can lead to a type of hair loss called traction alopecia. This condition damages the hair follicles over time, and if it continues for too long, the hair loss can become permanent. Try to opt for looser styles whenever possible, and give your hair breaks from being pulled back tightly. Let it down and let your scalp breathe. Another area to consider is your sleep. Sleep is when your body does most of its repair work. It's during these crucial hours that your body produces hormones like melatonin, which has been shown to play a role in promoting hair growth. When you don't get enough quality sleep, you disrupt this vital regenerative process. Poor sleep also increases cortisol levels, which, as we've discussed, is a major enemy of healthy hair. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality, uninterrupted sleep per night. Think of it as beauty sleep, not just for your skin, but for your hair follicles too. What about your vices? We all know that smoking is bad for our lungs and heart, but did you know it can also damage your hair? The toxins in cigarette smoke can harm your hair follicles and restrict blood flow to the scalp, starving them of the oxygen and nutrients they need to thrive. Similarly, excessive alcohol consumption can dehydrate your body and deplete key nutrients, creating an environment that is not conducive to healthy hair growth. Cutting back on smoking and drinking is a powerful lifestyle change that will benefit your entire body, with healthier hair being a fantastic side effect. Finally, think about your environment. Are you exposing your hair to harsh chemicals or excessive heat? Over-bleaching, frequent dyeing, and the regular use of high-heat styling tools like flat irons and curling wands can damage the hair shaft, making it brittle and prone to breakage. While this isn't true hair loss from the follicle, it contributes to the appearance of thinning hair. Try to reduce the frequency of chemical treatments, always use a heat protectant spray, and let your hair air dry whenever you can. Being gentle with your hair is a simple yet effective way to preserve the strands you have. If you've addressed your diet, stress, and lifestyle and are still struggling with hair loss, especially if it's genetic, do not lose hope. Medical science has made incredible advancements in this area, and there are several proven treatments that can help you slow down hair loss and even regrow new hair. It's important to talk to your doctor or a dermatologist to determine the best course of action for you, but I want you to know what options are out there. These aren't snake oil cures. These are FDA-approved, science-backed solutions that have helped millions of people. One of the most well-known and effective treatments is minoxidil, which you might know by the brand name Rogaine. It's a topical solution or foam that you apply directly to your scalp. We believe it works by increasing blood flow to the hair follicles and pushing them into the growth phase. It's available over the counter for both men and women, and can be a great first line of defense. Another powerful option, primarily for men, is finasteride, also known as Propecia. This is an oral prescription medication that works by blocking the conversion of testosterone to DHT, the hormone responsible for shrinking follicles in male pattern baldness. For those looking for more advanced options, there are procedures like low-level laser therapy, or LLLT. This involves wearing a special cap or headband, or using a laser comb that emits red light. This light is thought to stimulate cell activity and promote hair growth within the follicles. It's a non-invasive, painless option that you can often do from the comfort of your own home. Another promising treatment is platelet-rich plasma, or PRP therapy. In this procedure, a doctor draws a small amount of your own blood, separates the platelets, and injects the concentrated platelet-rich plasma back into your scalp to stimulate your follicles. It's crucial to remember that these treatments require patience and consistency. They are not overnight fixes. It can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, or even up to a year, to see noticeable results. And for most of these treatments, you have to continue using them to maintain the benefits. But for many people, the results are life-changing. It's about finding the right tool for your specific type of hair loss. The key is to start early. The sooner you begin treatment, the more hair you can save and potentially regrow. There is real, tangible hope available through modern medicine. We have been on an incredible journey together, uncovering the truths behind hair loss and exploring the many paths to reclaiming your hair. You now have the knowledge and the power to make a real difference. You understand that hair loss is not just one thing. It's a complex puzzle involving your genetics, diet, stress, and overall health. But you also know that for every cause, there is a solution. It's time to stop feeling helpless and start taking action. Your journey to a fuller, healthier head of hair begins with the small, consistent steps you take starting today. This is your moment to fight back. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient and kind to yourself throughout this process. It took time for your hair to thin, and it will take time for it to regrow. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Less shedding in the shower, the appearance of tiny new baby hairs along your hairline, or simply feeling more in control of your health. Stay consistent with your new habits, because consistency is what will ultimately lead to lasting results. You have the strength and the tools to do this. I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself too. Let's distill everything we've learned into your final, powerful action plan. This is the list of top tips I promised you from the very beginning. These are the secrets to unlocking your hair's potential. Print this out, stick it on your fridge, and make it your daily mantra. This is your roadmap. You are the driver, and your destination is a renewed sense of confidence and a scalp full of healthy, vibrant hair. Don't just read these tips, live them. The power to change is in your hands, right now. Here is your ultimate action plan, your top tips to reverse hair loss. First, feed your follicles. Eat a protein-rich diet with plenty of iron, zinc, and omega-3s. Think salmon, eggs, spinach, and nuts. Second, de-stress daily. Practice 10 minutes of meditation, deep breathing, or take a brisk walk to lower your cortisol levels. Third, sleep for repair. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to allow your body to regenerate and grow hair. Fourth, be gentle. Avoid tight hairstyles that pull on your follicles and minimize the use of high-heat styling tools. Fifth, get checked. Talk to your doctor to rule out underlying health issues like thyroid problems or anemia, and get a proper diagnosis. Sixth, consider proven treatments. Discuss options like minoxidil, finasteride for men, LLLT, or PRP with your dermatologist. Seventh, stay hydrated and active. Drink plenty of water and engage in regular physical activity to improve circulation to your scalp. And finally, be patient and consistent. Stick with your new routine for at least 6 months to see real, lasting results. You can do this.